Welcome to Cosmic Comics, Games and Collectibles, your zen of geekism. We carry comics old and new, magazines, toys, games like Pokemon, Magic, D&D. Want Godzilla, Ultraman, Star Trek, Ninja Turtles, Funko Pops? You'll find it all here. Shop our Cosmic Sound Room and pick up a record or two. Enjoy our Comic Coffee Lounge with a cup of Sasquatch coffee or a delicious menu item while geeking out over a super cool movie on our big screen. Come by and say hello to Maui. Cosmic Comic, Games and Collectibles. Superman loves us, and so will you.
And good evening, everybody. I am RJ Carter, Senior Managing Editor here at CriticalBlast.com, and also, Chief Envelope Licker and Box Stuffer here at Critical Blast Logistics. Lesson for the day is these self-sealing comic book bags. They're great. I love them. Somebody needs to invent something, though, for that little tearaway strip that you peel off that you just can't get off your hand. It really slows you down. We got to find some sort of if it's a little vacuum tube hanging down, we just go, that'd be great. Just speed this process up because that thing just will not let go of you. And after 200 of them, you kind of look like Brendan Fraser in The Mummy. It's fun. I'm loving it. I'm getting a whole bunch of books out tomorrow out the door for Angels Awakening. If you got an email that says your prize from Critical Blast is on the way, yeah, that's your Angels Awakening copy. That's because I didn't change the previous email notice. So RJ boomered that one real good. But it'll add a little bit of air of mystery to what you're getting in the mail. Tonight, we're going to delve back into some crowdfunded comics, and we are going to be talking with the DeVill himself, Mr. Max DeVill. Max, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you, RJ? What's going on?
I'm doing great, man. This is Mary Machinegun issue 2 we're looking at tonight.
Yep. Machinegun issue number 2 is available on Indiegogo. It is the kind of the secondary if you missed it on Kickstarter, or if you don't use Kickstarter and you only like using Indiegogo, then we give you that option.
I was going to say, I thought it was on Kickstarter before because I'm like, it's on Indiegogo. I know we've been here before.
Yep, it was on Kickstarter last month. It did very, very well. It was successful for what we're doing. I mean, it didn't do gangbusters Brian Pulido numbers or anything, but it did enough money to print them all, pay for everything, and ship it all out, and that makes me happy.
So anything on Indiegogo is gravy at this point for you.
Well, I do have a specific Indiegogo cover that I have to get printed, so that'll cost a little bit of money. But other than that, it's pretty much all gravy. Yeah.
You've made goal. You set it low because like you said,
it's just a secondary thing, and I made it fixed because I wasn't going to do a flexible goal, and only four people decided to back it, and then I ended up having to buy a bunch of books on my own.
Yeah, think how rare that cover would be, though.
Yeah,
there's only 4 of them out there in the wild. So I know what the story's about, and I'm going to ask you to tell it anyway. But first of all, I'm just going to sit here and stare at this raw because I mean that ass.
That ass.
Now, whose artwork are we looking at here? Which Bennis or somebody else are we looking at?
Those are the combat there. That one is Fred Bennis's, I believe.
Okay.
And then Ed Bennis is cover B, which is available below. We'll get to it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a nice combat scene right there.
Yep, I like it. He did it very, very well. And then Carol, the girl who does our graphics and stuff like that, she took it off and put all the dots and the strokes around everything and made it look cool.
It does look cool. Yeah, now that it's all cut out like that, you could possibly put that on a die cut sticker, except I'm sure the legs are cut off. You want a full figure.
Yeah, we want the full figure if you did that. But First thing we have is that currently we cannot ship to Australia or New Zealand. I haven't heard any updates. Are you? Have
I
you
am
heard of-
shipping to Australia. I have amid my Angels Awakening a package to Australia. I went to Pirate Ship. I asked Pirate Ship, give me rates to Australia, and it came back with rates. It was UPS because
Okay,
Pirate
yeah.
Ship does UPS now,
Yep, yeah, they do.
and it was like $40-something.
Hmm.
But last month it was $70-something. So
Yeah,
it's
I'll
coming
have
back
to
down.
I'll have to check it out for the UPS then, because that might be doable to get. Because I've only got like 2 packages I have to ship to one to Australia and one to New Zealand from the Kickstarter. So I just didn't want to deal with any waiting around or problems
Oh
with
yeah,
this
well,
campaign.
UPS is a new option on Pirate Ship.
Yeah, it just
Uh,
started from what
and
I
you don't even have
understand.
to ask for it. It's like they're going to take the cheapest route, whatever it is, and you can see the. And I've sent so much media, but every once in a while I have to send something that's not media, and I sent one that was priority. First time I did it, and that's when I realized, oh, look at what Pirate Ship does. Yeah, that I know that's the real priority rate, and they discount it.
Hmm.
So it's why would anybody go to the post office when you can do this for?
I don't know, because like I was gonna when the very first time we did Machine Gun issue number 1, that was my plan. I was just gonna box them all up and then just go spend the day at the post office. And my wife's like, "Hey, dummy, you could do this," and I'm like, "Well, this is much easier."
Yes,
I'm gonna do it this way.
I invested in that thermal label printer, so
Yep, so
I
did I.
don't have to buy ink cartridges ever.
Just got to buy the thermal paper that comes with in the stacks of 500, and that's only like $20-something a pop instead of
Exactly.
$60 for ink.
Yeah. I mean, it was at a point there for a while, Max. When I was getting inkjet printers, when it ran out of ink, it was cheaper to go to Walmart and buy a new printer.
Yep.
That came with new ink than it was to buy replacement ink cartridges.
Definitely was. I remember thinking the same thing because I'm standing in the ink line or the ink aisle and I'm looking at it, and then I'm looking at the printers that are on sale, and I'm like, that's cheaper than buying this by like $6.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you just not buy a new printer? And then you don't even have to take the printer out. Just take the cartridges out, put them in, and sell the printer on eBay.
There you go.
Never used.
Needs ink.
Absolutely. Why did I not do that? I could have been turning them.
You could have been flipping them over, making all sorts of profit.
Because I wouldn't have cared what I got if I got anything. I was going to buy the ink anyway, and I already saved. Oh, damn! I'm always slow on these deals that would.
The idea is they come way late, a little foggy in the brain.
Yeah, this one came years late, but yeah, it's and I know people were doing fulfillment. They got with I'll just say stamps.com. There's other ones there. I looked at that. I'm like, well, that's just as good as Pirate Ship until I realized monthly subscription.
Yeah, charge you.
I created my Pirate Ship account like 10 months ago, and I didn't use it for 8.
Yeah.
It's like, why would I get a subscription for something where I might have a month where I'm not doing anything?
Yeah, exactly. That's like, because everyone was like, stamps.com is the way to go, is because they was telling me. And then I was like, why would I pay a subscription fee for like 3 months? Like, I'll do a Kickstarter and then there'll be like 3 months of nothing. And then there'll be another Kickstarter and 3 months of nothing. So I'll be paying over and over and over again a subscription fee for nothing.
And I doubt that they're discounting the postage that much to make up for it over.
Oh no, I definitely know for a fact that Pirate Ship has better rates.
so if folks at Pirate Ship, you can send us a sticker or a patch. We'll be happy to wear it for all this free publicity we've been giving you here.
Well, they've got a good system, and when they added UPS, I mean, the first time I didn't even know it, and I was going through the thing and making my labels, and I saw the price, and the price was weird because usually it comes out like $583, $842. There's specific numbers that it usually hits, and this one was like $719, and I'm like, well, that's weird. And then it says UPS, and I was like, wow, UPS, really? You guys do UPS?
Yeah, the only thing that threw me off was I had to find where to take the box. It's like,
oh, I've got a UPS store like like a mile from my house.
Mine's a little bit more than a mile, but I still can get to it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, and yeah, I can use my PayPal account on
Yeah.
on Pirate Ship. I use my PayPal card, but you know, it's just as good.
That's
I know
what
that's
I
not
do.
what you meant, Newheg, but he's digging at somebody there, and I know who it is, but not my problem, not my circus, not my monkeys.
Keep
So
them
Mary
all.
Machine Gun, when is Mary Machine Gun? Is that like in the far future, the Max sort of a
No, it's
Mad
more
Max kind of
on
thing, or
it's more along the lines of kind of like now. A lot of, I mean, we don't really talk about specific time frames of it all. I just kind of see it as like this amalgamous 90s through now type of time frame. Um, the Catholic Church is doing a lot of bad stuff, so obviously it's kind of research
yeah,
because
yeah.
they've been they've been caught doing that numerous times, and I'd say if anything, if it happens now, I mean, because there's some frames and the panels in there where she's walking down the street and stuff, and people have masks on.
Oh, that kind of ties it to a certain
Yeah, kind of puts
place
it.
in history here.
Yeah, so I guess it would be now.
All right, so what is are you- I'm kind of okay. I'm kind of confusing her in my head now with Sister Mercy,
Sister Mercy, yeah, Corey's book.
Corey's book. Yeah,
Corey's awesome. I love him.
it's a great book, but I'm getting their mythos confused in my head now.
She's the schizophrenic nun that thinks God talks to her, or maybe he does. You don't know
Yeah,
yet.
well, that's Sister Mercy.
Yep, that's Sister Mercy.
So Mary Machine Gun is she's sort of like a Templar nun.
Yeah, she's a Templar, and the Templars use the Catholic Church to move their agents around secretly. So they say that they're priests or monks or nuns, and that way they can move them to, for example, in book one, Mary goes to Kentucky, and that's where they ended up sending her because there was a werewolf problem there, and she arrives as a nun, lives in the church, does everything as if she were a nun, but at night she goes out hunting werewolves.
Very cool. And that's why she has to have this cut high up here so she can get to the dagger.
Exactly. And this begins. You said when is this? This one actually begins in 1767 in France, and it says that up at the top. But this is an older page, and we hadn't put in the captions yet. But the caption does say 1767, southern France, or something like that. That she's there to hunt down the beast of Jovedon, however you say it, Govedon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Jovadon.
So that looks like something you looked up and found a case history.
Yeah,
for.
it was. We do that a lot in Mary Machine Gun. We take things that happened in history and then kind of give it a twist of, well, this is what really happened.
I like it.
Because in this one, she hunts down the beast of Jovedon, and then ends up one of the guys there's a whole hunting party that's going out looking for him, because that's what happened is a whole bunch of people went looking for him, and she joins up with this hunting party to go look for him, and then the hunting party gets attacked by the werewolf. Mary ends up killing it in secret while one of the guys is knocked unconscious, and then she kind of stages the scene to make it look like he's the one who won, and he's the one who got all the credit.
Okay, so that is Mary then.
Yeah, that is Mary.
But it's also Mary in 2021.
Yes, she. There's when you join the Templar Order, they take you to this thing called the Aramanthian Pool, and you drink from the Aramanthian Pool, and it slows down your aging to where you age basically. It's like for every year you age, for every 10 years you age a year.
Okay, because she looks good for her age.
Yeah.
On those covers when she's in modern day. It's like,
Yeah. And then,
but you do spend a lot of time here in historic France.
yeah, the first 7 pages pretty much start out in France, and then it'll jump back you get the first 7 pages for free right here. You can read through them all, see if it's something that you're digging or not.
Yeah, and this is important because this sets up the rivalry between her and her nemesis, I believe.
Yep. Charlotte is her nemesis. That's one of her favorite people to fight against. They when you're part of the Templar Order, they'll have two trainees at a time, and then they train them both together, and they train with each other, and then they train separately, and they train together. Just however it goes, and then at the very end of it, they give them both the same mission, which would be to slay this werewolf. And whoever does it first is the one who becomes a Templar, and the other one gets stuck in the needs of the order. So you could be anything from a janitor all the way up to, some sort of high-ranking internal police thing, which is what Charlotte ends up being. She ends up being internal police, and those are the people who, when a Templar agent goes rogue, they go hunt them down.
Okay, so she's got still a pretty serious job then, even though she didn't get Mary's job.
No, she didn't get the Templar agent's job, but
she's still going to be, youthful for forever and a day.
Yep.
So I'm scrolling down here to see if we can find what the tiers are. I know we got all the covers. I'm just jumping through here because I'm going to jump back. Now these are the number 1 covers, weren't they? No, they're the number 2 covers.
No, they're the second edition covers.
Okay.
We got Steph Wilson. That's Fernando Cordero. He's Fern Cord. He's the guy who does the art. I always believe that the interior artist should get cover A.
Yes.
I didn't do that with Mary Machinegun, the first issue, but everything we've done after that, it's company policy. And that's Ed Benez's cover right there.
I can always tell, by the way, when they're drawn like this, I'm like, yep, there is an adult version of that cover somewhere.
Yep, there is.
Just because of where her hands are, I'm like, yep, there's going to be an adult version of that cover.
And that's DC superstar Ed Benez.
Yes. Yeah. Very familiar signature down here at the bottom. They do a lot of work for you. You've
I do a lot of work with the Benez family. Yeah, there's a lot of people who like to say I'm like Dom from Fast and the Furious. I like to keep in the family. It's all about family. But that's Fred Benez, Ed Benez's brother, Fred Benez or Fred Morse, however you want to call him.
It's a whole family, and I'll tell you,
Mariah Benez's cover. This is the highest selling cover next to Fernando's. Fernando was the number 1.
Yeah, Mariah's a hell of an artist.
Yeah, she's fantastic, and she's a wonderful person to deal with. I mean, totally professional. Does everything punctually. Gets everything on time. Everybody knows Steph Wilson.
Yeah, Steph's got his own little style there.
Yeah, the master of the circle template.
Yeah, it's most people, Max, they've got these, the little wooden dolls with the multi joints on them, and they're like on a little wire.
Yeah,
you pose them. Most people have those. Steph's got toothpicks and olives. He just kind of
sticks together,
sticks them together, and there they go.
And that is the Indiegogo exclusive cover by Fran Cord, who is it's Fern Cord's brother, and he's the inker on all of our work. He does the inks for everything, and that is a cover swipe of Javier Charo's Supergirl cover.
I thought it looked familiar.
Yep, which I've got here if you want me to show it to you real quick.
And I saw this cord on the machine gun earlier. I'm like, is that an electric machine gun or something? But now that I'm in this picture, I can see the other end of the rope.
Yeah,
it's like
the thing that's the grenade launcher actually shoots her knife out of it. And she can use it kind of like Batman, or she can use it in many different ways. Yeah, kind of like a harpoon gun.
Yeah. Oh, Mike Walters is in the chat. He will be hosting his show on his channel, The Mike Stand, tonight. It looks like he's leading off with a story we published earlier today. So we
Awesome.
published a couple of them. I wonder which one it'll be. I'll have to tune in and find out.
Yeah. But that's the Javier Charo cover it was taken from some people. I mean, when it was first posted, like, was that traced? And I'm like, no, you can tell it's not traced.
Flipping back and forth between them. Yeah, no, that's definitely not traced, but it's the same pose, and that's when it's a true homage. I got you right next to the buttons I was clicking.
It's all right.
Yeah, a good homage is a wonderful thing to have.
Yeah, and I mean, I like the Fierce Mary. We don't do very many Fierce Mary pictures. We always do a lot of Sexy Mary pictures.
I was gonna say it makes more sense. You're walking around with a knife and a rope and a machine gun. You're not going to be all sweetness and light and come hitherness. The machine gun scares people away. That come hither, you can't come hither enough to get past the machine gun.
And that's Mary Machine Gun Reloaded. It is number one, is book number one, except for it's completely relettered by SK, and we've added some dialogue. We didn't change any of the panels or anything, but we added dialogue to help drive some points home a little bit better, and basically just make it better. I wasn't happy with the lettering on the first time through. Yeah. And this is the metal cover, the Ed Benez metal cover, which
right. And it says only 3 through 9 are available. I don't know what that means.
They are individually numbered.
Oh, that's what that means. Okay.
Yep. So I've got 10 of 10. I'm keeping that for myself.
Very generous of you not to take 1 of 10.
Yeah, I thought I could do that, but I was like, you know what? I'll give it out to someone who really wants it. So whoever was the first person to order it was the first person to get it. And we had to use the Ed Benez cover for that, of course.
Absolutely. Now, what did I say? I knew that this was gonna.
Yep. And there it is. Her hand's covering it up, and her corset is off. But the light is still. I love when Fernando uses a bunch of different light sources, and the way he uses the light sources on the subject to light them. He's really, really good at it.
So this is a tier where you get not just the cover, but you're getting 4 6x9 prints.
Yes,
by Fern. Is Fern drawing everything?
No, he did not draw all the prints. He drew one of the prints, and then Adam and Alex did the other ones, which I can show you.
Oh, they're down here.
That one I believe was Fern. They didn't sign them. And that's done by Alex Santara. And that one's done by Alex Santara. That's my favorite. Or Santara. That's my favorite one.
That looks like 2 different artists there almost.
Yeah.
Just slightly, but.
And then that is the big bad evil girl Ophelia. She is a member of the Order too, but she's kind of our Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah, so how many days are left on this campaign, Max?
I think 5 or 4. I can take a cheek. I don't remember when. It's 4 days. 4 days are left.
So, but you're going to go into demand after that, right?
No in demand.
No in demand. We're stopping.
It's going to the atrocitypress.com website.
Oh, well, there's another option, but not everything is going to go there, right? I mean, you're just.
Oh no, you only get the books if you go through the Atrocity Press web store. You won't get. I mean, if you order the naughty cover, you'll still get the prints, but like all the little tchotchkes that you get, like the poker chip and the bookmarks and the trading cards and stuff like that, you won't get those.
Now you can take Mary Machine Gun with you all year long.
Yep, we focused this calendar this time. Well, last time we did Mary, and this time we're doing Ophelia as the focus of the calendar.
I like that you showed all 12 months because you want to see maybe the picture you show for a calendar is like not the draw, but they're like, ooh, May, yeah, I want that.
Exactly.
Or, July might be the thing that draws them in. September's not looking too bad.
And November's a good one too. That was we saw it was a challenge on Instagram with a bunch of girls doing that with their underpants, covering up, just barely covering it up. So we were like, you know what, let's do one. Fernando's did all the
crazy challenges that go on.
Oh yeah. And
Fernando's doing all of them. Okay.
Did all the art for the cover for the calendar. He did all.
Yeah, like you did a Halloween one, you did a Christmas one. She's very patriotic here for July.
And May 30th is my birthday, and it's listed as Atrocity Press Day. You
cool.
Can't zoom in that close, but it is there.
I was gonna say what you could have done was if you knew the date, you could have said Mary Machinegun 3 goes live on Kickstarter.
Yeah, if we do the date, that would have been sweet. But we don't know how long it'll take to get it all finished
to provide that kind of a thing. So here is a Mary Machinegun cardboard 6 feet tall.
Yep, it's laying backwards right now, so
that is
see it, but
that's a big package.
It folds down. Here, I've got one.
I was gonna say I would hope it would fold a little bit, but even then, it is it's a mailing nightmare. Very cool. Yeah, your room's kind of looking like my room there. Your room's kind of looking like my room there with packages all over the place. And
yeah, I've got boxes everywhere.
It's like most people, if they have wadded up bits of brown paper here and there, it's a hoarding situation. But for me, it's like, no, that's packing material.
Exactly.
I'm going to need that at some point.
Keep all that stuff. But yeah, that's a 6 foot tall cardboard cutout. We learned our lesson from the last cardboard cutout.
Uh-oh. What happened to the last one?
We had it to where her sword was sticking out, and that caused it to fold. So we had to include some double-sided sticky tape and some popsicle stick things, so people could stick them on there, and they could keep the sword from folding.
You don't want the sword to go limp when Mary Machinegun's standing.
That is definitely true. You definitely do not want your sword to go limp.
Speaking of, Nefarious has a very excellent question. Why not a Mary Machinegun? I don't know what a Dakamakura body pillow is. I know what a waifu pillow is.
I don't know. I don't know what a Dakamakura pillow is either. I know what a waifu pillow is, like you said.
Yeah, that full length print front. You get a front shot, you get a back shot, and you just cuddle all night. And
that was something we were talking about, like maybe doing, but I don't know where to get it done.
Oh, I can help you there.
Okay.
That's not hard. That's a Google. And I mean, it's not like you don't have images tailor made, for these things, because you got to have the standard Mary, and then you got to have the hide this one under your bed Mary.
Yeah. Maybe we can keep it on depending on which side the pillow's on.
Ooh, there you go. Well, no, you got to have the front,
and the back
on one side and the back facing on the other side. That's when you've done it right.
That's the proper way to do it. Correct.
So all the tiers over here. I was looking over to hoping they'd be on the left because it's a little easier to go through, but it's not. It's fine. We'll figure it out. So your basic, your featured tier, not really a basic tier, is you can get Mary Machinegun Reloaded, which is basically your catch up. Get number 1.
Yep, 1 and 2 together. Whenever you buy a physical copy of the book, you will get a digital copy of the book as well.
Oh, that's nice. So you're getting Reloaded, and you're getting issue number 2 with the fern cord cover, and then you'll get digital copies of both of them?
Correct.
Excellent. Excellent. And if you just want the digital, it's $10.
Yep. It's 42 pages. I mean, $10, 42 pages. That's not bad. It's almost a double issue.
Is that perfect bound or you saddle stitched?
It's saddle stitch still. We haven't gone to perfect bound. When we finish issue 4, that'll be the end of this story arc, and we'll have like 156 pages that will do a perfect bound. It's the weeb name of the body pillow.
Yep. Apparently, the Nakamura pillow is the same thing. So
It's
yes, all you got. We will find you a waifu pillow printer.
We will.
In fact, if you could just find a waifu pillowcase printer, you can sell those cheaper than the whole pillow.
I'd do the pillowcase. I would definitely do the pillowcase only. That'd be the way to do it. And then they can get the king
your own
size pillow
and just put it on there.
Yeah.
And then you've got the other covers here. You got this is cover A, which is the standard. This is the fern cord cover.
Mm-hmm.
But then, this is
it skips B because it's the Fred Bennis book is $20 and it puts them in order of how much they cost.
I know that's putting my CDO in overdrive.
Yeah.
CDO it's like OCD, but the letters are in order as they should be. So the Fred Bennis variant is $15.
Yep, they're all $15. You get the digital copies with them. I mean, not only do you get, you get the physical book, but you also get the digital book, so you can read it before it gets to you if you really want to.
Yeah. Now is the Reloaded available as an add-on? Because I know you got the
featured
tier with the standard.
Okay,
cool.
All the covers are
cover.
Yep, all the covers are available with the add-on or with as add-ons.
Okay, and then this is the IGG exclusive cover. I'm surprised you didn't bump that one up $5 or so, but
I wanted to keep it as standard as I possibly could. The Ed Bennis cover, I had to charge a little bit more for it because
he charges a little bit more for it.
Yeah, let's just face it, Ed Bennis is not cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to recoup your costs. We get that. Now this is issue 2 digital deluxe. How is this different? So this is going to have Reloaded with it.
Yes.
You can get them both in digital.
Both digital versions for $20. So it's like if you buy issue like say you buy standard cover A and then you get digital deluxe issue number 2. So you get the standard cover A and the digital cover of cover A. All of our digital covers are just cover A, except for I did make a naughty print cover for one person because they asked me very, very nicely if I would do it. So
please give me that one.
So I did do that for them. So it is out there. It does exist. Maybe one day it'll end up on some torrent site.
Oh, of course. Now here's the triple threat. If you can't make up your mind, now okay. I thought Mariah was a girl's name, or is this like a Wachowski brothers thing?
No, Mariah is a girl, but the Bennis, but
it sounds better to say the Bennis brothers.
Yeah,
and the Bennis sister Mariah.
Yep,
it'd be like the Warners.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like Yakko, Wacko, and Dot.
Yes, exactly. $40 gets you all 3 of them. That's if I did my math right, I think that's a $10 discount.
Yep.
Over buying them all 3 separate. $40 gets you the cover and cover the calendar and cover A.
Yep.
And you can also get look, you get them mixed up: cover B, cover C, cover D, cover E. Get your calendar with your book.
Yep.
The
I should have just made the calendar an add-on, but I didn't think about it.
Now I forgot to check the calendar. It's way down here, because I wanted to see. Not that I don't mind going through. Okay, so this is gonna be like your usual calendar, and then it's gonna be like, what's the top page? When you open the thing up, what's the top, and then what's the bottom?
It's a desk calendar, so it's a tent that flips around the side. I used to have. I used to have Mary Machine Gun issue 1's calendar around here, but I don't have it with me. I completely came unprepared.
You don't have to, Oh, down she goes. That would so happen to me. She wants to lay down. She's tired of standing.
All right, I'm gonna have to lay down because Vampirella decided to lay down.
She needs her rest.
But this is from our Neo Tokyo. And
Okay.
This is the Neo. This is 2022 calendar.
I see. It's a flip it over and kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's got
Gotcha.
So it's for your desk, which is why we kept them safe for work or safe-ish for work. I guess it depends on where you work.
Yeah. If you work at in the studio there, you be whatever you want it to be.
Yep. We keep considering doing the full size calendars, but it's just like we're just like, well, this one fits in a Gemini.
Yeah, and that's there's a lot to be said for that. Trust me. If you can fit it in a Gemini, it's the perfect add-on for your campaign. But there's a lot to be said too about all that real estate of a double fold calendar. You got that whole top picture there. I've got a Antonio Varga calendar right up here, 1986. I don't care. I still use it.
I've got an Olivia calendar in my bathroom down here, and it's from 97, 98, something like that.
Yeah, you don't get rid of those just because the year's up. You just
if you hold on to them long enough, eventually it rolls back around and it works again.
It does, yes. There's only so many I think there's like 13 calendars. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, you would think there would be only 7 because there's only 7 days in a week, but then leap year jumps in there and messes.
Yeah, it messes everything up. Every 4 years, but every 200 years it doesn't have a leap year.
We should just go to a 13-month calendar, 28 days a month, and then there'd be like a leap month or something somewhere along the way, or a leap day, because that's how many moons we've got. Come on.
Yeah. Well, Caesar had to have his way.
Damn Caesar. And then Gregor, he had to redo it all.
Oh, of course.
So Naughty Edition, $50 for that cover, but you get the 4 prints with it.
Yep, you get 4 prints with it and the digital.
How big are the prints? I mean, are they like frameable size, or are they like tuck in your drawer size?
Yeah, they're more tuck in your drawer size. I mean, they're 6x9s.
Okay.
So, I mean, you could print or
you'd be hard pressed to find a frame.
Yeah, frame to fit it.
Although you could get a bunch of them on your wall.
Yep, and they are in cardstock. I mean, I printed them on cardstock. It's not printed on like flimsy paper or anything.
Well, you know what you could do though, if you were a creative type person, and you wouldn't even have to really be creative. You just have to be interior design minded. You just go to Walmart and get one of those frames with the 4-hole mats.
Yeah, the mats, then you can just.
There you go.
That would work well.
Arrange them how you want them to be looking at each other or looking at you, or whatever it is that whatever flips your trigger.
I like how the Cobra sign back there from the Baroness figure looks like the Eye of Sauron.
It does. You are being watched from behind. And wouldn't that be a genre crossover to say that it's reached through all those years, and Sauron's
finally.
That would be a Middle Earth G.I. Joe crossover. Yeah, it's sort of like how my personal theory that she's gonna stand back up. You can't stand the Eye of Sauron gazing over your shoulder.
Nope. I scared myself.
That's like my personal little pet theory, though, that Emperor Palpatine survived Star Wars.
Became
and then the galaxy evolves, and he becomes the he becomes the supreme leader of the Cylons, and they make their way toward Earth. And he's
you got a whole headcanon going on, do you?
yeah, it jumps from Star Wars to Battlestar Galactica, all the way up to Babylon 5. It's all one story, one big story. $60 for the metal cover, and again, you'll get the digital with that as well. There are only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are only 7 copies of this book left.
Yep.
So you definitely want to hit this. Pops, you are correct. There are way too many people streaming at this same time. So we definitely play to the replay viewers, and they can watch us screw up. And if you're watching this on the replay and you don't see the chat going on over there where I pinned the link to this particular Indiegogo, just drop right below the video. There's another copy of the link right there. I can't get my fingers to line up correctly. Apparently my body's off.
You're all confused.
I'm like, I thought I did this. I'm like, my fingers are uneven. Why is one hand lower? I have a descended finger.
Descended finger.
Oh,
yep. But that is the Mary Machine Gun stand up for the 6 foot tall. The last one we did wasn't quite 6 foot tall. It was a little shorter. You see, she's got the gun. The gun makes it 6 foot tall.
Oh yeah. Now, okay. So how many? Because she's not a 6 foot tall person. She's
No, she's 5'9".
I was gonna say she's a little more petite than that. So how many people have said, Max, Naughty Mary cardboard stand up? Come on.
A lot.
I bet.
A lot. And
have you realized how many perverts there are in this industry?
Oh my. Here, let me tell you a story about a tweet, a direct message on Twitter that I received right when the Kickstarter for Mary Machine Gun came off. One individual in, I believe it was Australia. It was either that or Austria. I can't remember exactly which one it is because it's been so long.
Those mythical lands.
Yeah. But they asked me if it would be okay if they used Mary Machine Gun as a basis to create a real doll. And if you know what a real doll is,
yes,
it's basically a sex doll.
that happened to a lady on Instagram. Her first name's Yale, and I can't remember her rest name. She's an Israeli model and veteran.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, everyone in Israel is
everyone
veteran.
in Israel, yeah.
But she was like an Instagram model, and this Chinese company made a doll that supposedly looked just like her and used her name, and then even said based off of Instagram model. Like she had her identity stolen and mass produced.
Mass produced from China. That's pretty bad. Yeah, but I told him, I was like, you know what, dude, you do whatever you want. Send me a picture before it's used.
You know what though, the advances they're making in that, they look so much different than the little blow up ones that we saw in movies when we were kids. Yeah. The autopilot for airplane and stuff like that. Now it's like it takes me back to a comic book to bring this full circle
all the way back around.
There was a comic book in the 80s called Doll, and I
remember reading that.
It was just above underground, just below indie, and that was its whole name, Doll. And it was this advanced sex doll that had been created, and it was created for this guy who had acromegaly. He was he was never going to get anybody. He was like an Elephant Man kind of character. But then he died or something, and the doll went to somebody else. And you're following where the doll goes, and the doll has no dialogue, does no actions. It's just posable and it looks real, and people use it.
That could be kind of interesting though. It'd be at minimum it would be an interesting writing exercise.
Yeah, but the thing I remember was that the doll was advanced to the point in its sculpt is like, he paid tons of money. Say, I want a doll that looks like this. So it looked like a real, person, not a blow up thing.
Yeah.
This was before, China was mass producing these real looking dolls.
The stuff that people can do now, just even at home with making things is
3D printing.
Amazing. 3D printing.
And the AI stuff, stick Siri in the back of a Mary Machine Gun doll and you get a conversation.
Exactly. You can talk to her all day long. What do you think about this? I don't know, but here's what I found online.
That's just what you want to hear in the middle.
Yeah, you like that, huh? I don't know, but let me find out, or let me look online.
Or you get one of her smart ass responses. She'll do that sometimes too. I've put her through her paces. I've asked her how much would chuck. I've told her, tell me a story just to see what's programmed in her head. Of course, the thing is, I've said so many things around Siri where I've not searched for them, but I started to get ads about them. I don't do any my day work on this computer at all. None. It's on another computer further down the table here. But like we'll be talking about IBM Watson software and packages. And then I'll come over here that night and Twitter will be promoting tweets to me about what I talked about during the day on my other computer.
Yeah. See, that concerns me because it makes me wonder, are they listening?
Oh, they absolutely are listening.
But
I've had it happen more than once.
But it could be that they just know you so well.
Well, they know me because they know me because they're listening to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but someone gave me an idea that it could be like when you say, well, we were talking about toilet paper and I see advertisements for toilet paper.
Yeah.
Well, it could just be that the system knows that, because like whenever you use those chopper cards or whatever, when you go in there,
they definitely know that. Yeah, they get that
track of how long you've been buying, how often you buy it, and everything.
You probably should be out about now. But I mean, this is stuff like I was driving down the road and there was a mathnasium, and I told my wife at the time, I said, hey, we should see about enrolling our son here and getting him some help with his math. Mm-hmm. And then we just didn't do anything about it, didn't even look it up, just drove on by, never thought about it again. But that next day, I'm getting mathnasium tweets promoted at me on Twitter.
Facebook and Twitter think that you need to know about the mathnasium now.
Yeah, they do. So my point being is I'm probably going to get all kinds of Chinese dating ads thrown at me now.
Oh yeah,
because my phone is right here listening to our discussion, and she says, "Boy, he's talked an awful lot about sex dolls."
He also talks an awful lot about Mary Machine Gun. Hopefully, she'll know who that is.
Yes, that would be great. If, of course, you probably have to pay some advertising agency to put things out there for them to grab it and promote it, and promote it to the right people. Maybe I can get more ads for Atrocity Press. Now, the full Mary is $180. That is,
and that is everything. That is the issue 2 cover A by Fern Cord. It's the issue 2 deluxe edition. It's Mary Machine Gun Reloaded, both the physical and digital edition. It's the Ophelia calendar and the cardboard stand-up, all in one package. And then you want the naughty version of it, a little bit more because the naughty version costs a little bit more, and you get the prints and the naughty version.
Okay, so but you're still getting two. You're still getting issue 2 regular. You're getting the reloaded, the calendar, the stand-up.
You get pretty much everything. The only thing that, I mean, once it gets to the naughty version, the only things that you're not getting is the stretch goals that don't look like they're going to get hit. But who knows? You never know. It could blow up in the last 2 days.
I am looking at what you don't get here. You get issue 2 and issue 2 deluxe digital. Okay, so you're getting the deluxe digital, and then this is your issue 2. Okay, I was reading it out of sequence there. Nobody's grabbed that one, but I bet
we had some people grab it on the Kickstarter. So.
I've heard that Kickstarter is the place for bad girl comics, and Indiegogo is the place for 90s superhero
comics. Yeah, that's That's pretty much what I've heard too. And I mean, just from what we've done, um, the Mary Machine Gun one did better on Kickstarter than it did on Indiegogo. And
Is
Mary
this your first
Machine
time
Gun
bringing it to
2
Indiegogo?
No, Mary Machine Gun 1 did actually did a lot better on Indiegogo than this one did, but not as not that much better. I mean, I think it did like $2,200 or something like that.
That's still better.
Yeah, it's still better. But we brought it to Indiegogo. We always do Indiegogo as like a kind of a secondary campaign because we do know that there are people out there that won't use Kickstarter because of they don't like the platform. They don't like,
Yeah.
For whatever reason, their politics, or it could be they've had problems with Kickstarter in the past. Maybe they don't have.
I just like you to take my money when I give it to you and not have to remember it.
Yeah, that's another thing that when people like it when they could just get on Indiegogo, hit the button, and it's paid for.
Yeah, and of course, as a promoter, why wouldn't you just go try and sell a few more issues? In cases where you're not making a new printing that's strictly for Indiegogo, if you're just saying, hey, here's what we had on Kickstarter, and if, as a test, if you're doing it for the first time, maybe you can have a Kickstarter exclusive cover, and that'd be the thing that you don't bring to the Indiegogo.
We do have Kickstarter exclusive covers. I believe we had a Kickstarter exclusive.
There
cover.
You go.
We have a Kickstarter exclusive cover, and we have an Indiegogo exclusive cover. That way, it'll maybe drive some people that are really Mary fans over in there.
Yep. Yeah, El Gargoyle says maybe it's how you promote, and that's the case. If you're not out there every single night pushing this in front of crowds larger than what we draw,
that's okay. I mean, I publish it on Facebook and Twitter. I try not to spam it too hard, especially since Facebook's gotten really kind of blocked down on their spamming to where, like, if you send more than 5 or 6 things in a couple minutes, it starts freaking out and start telling you spam and stuff.
Oh yeah. Mike caught on to my acromegaly comment earlier, and yeah, these guys definitely did have it. I was this particular character was more of a tumescent kind of thing. I mean, his head looked like a cauliflower.
Yeah, that, as you said, the who was it? The character, the ring, the bell, and the hunchback.
I want to say his real name. Like sort of like Quasimodo, but I'm thinking of the Elephant Man.
Elephant Man,
John Merrick.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah,
I was trying to look it up. I was going to Google it.
The names are coming back to me now. I started taking those vitamin pills, and like I started to get that thing where you walk into a room and you're like, why did I come in here? I don't remember. And then you walk out and say, oh yeah, to pee.
I had the other day, I walked into the room looking for my glasses, and I couldn't find them. They were on my face.
Oh, yeah. My ex, she couldn't find her preferred reading glasses, so she found her second pair, and she just put those on, and went all day. And my son came in and says, "Mom, why are you wearing 2 pair of glasses?" she had put them on right over the top of the other ones. She's like, I knew I was seeing really good.
I can see really, really well.
I can see clearly now everywhere.
The rain is gone.
Oh, and Goblin Girl got funded in 7 hours. Well, congratulations to Boob Dan Art for that. That's
Goblin Girl looks cool.
It does look cool. I'm gonna have to check that one out. See if we can get him on here sometime, and get some refunds. That's what I tell people. I was like, come on the Least Watch channel and we can get some refunds off your campaign. It's what we do. No.
You're not the Least Watch channel. That's my channel. Don't take that away from me.
I'll let you have it if you want it that badly. I'll back off of it. I know that this is this is sort of like the ending of the campaign, because it's not going to go in demand. It's going to go on Atrocity Press website, which means that you have no campaigns going. after this?
After this, I do have a campaign going on Kickstarter.
What do you
It
got
is
going on Kickstarter?
Human Hunters. It is basically if the classic monsters were hot, sexy, and the A team, that's what you get. I've
We
got
should have been talking about that.
I've got some here, where's the Human Hunters folder? Human Hunters letter.
I'm bringing up the Kickstarter page. Wow, my keyboard's getting hot. Does your machine get real hot when you stream?
Yeah, my laptop does.
Yeah, that's what I got as a laptop here. Wow, I gotta get like a fan or something going underneath of it. Notice that every time I finish a stream and I start typing on something and turn my laptop, I'm like, wow, I could make grilled cheese on this thing. Okay, I am not seeing Human Hunters on Kickstarter.
Okay, I'll get it to you.
I see One Forest Day, Aliens, Ghosts, Zombies, The Cursed and the Damned, and The Shadow Hunters, Rise of Lilith. But Human Hunters, not there.
I'll get you the link.
Throw me that link, and I'll. First thing I'll do is I'll put it in the regular chat.
Yeah. This is page 1. This is Dr. Frankenstein taking. If you've read the book Frankenstein, that's where we've taken all of our monsters. We didn't use anything universal. We took it all from the from literature. That way they couldn't say anything.
Yeah, you've got to do it. You got to take it. You got to go to the public domain source because Universal is a litigious group.
Yes, it is. So in the book, the creature wanted to have a mate because the doctor was getting married and he wanted to have his own mate as well. And the doctor's like, okay. And eventually it gets the better of him and he decides not to do it and throws it all, just tosses everything overboard. And so we have it in the book that he's going out. He says, "Forgive me for disturbing your earlier rest," and he tosses everything in the ocean. And in the book, it's during a storm. So we have the lightning strike the water, and that's what brings her to life.
Oh, okay.
And then she's stepping out into the Scottish Islands.
Dr. Frankenstein outdid himself on this one.
Yeah, he did. I mean, if you could make whatever you wanted, I guess you might as well use the best looking stuff you can find.
Use all the best parts.
And then it switches over to nowadays. It goes from the rain to her upside down. If you can tell, you can see the paintings in the background. If you know those paintings are actually upside down.
Nice little Easter egg there.
Yep. And then we've got Cleo, who is another one of the members of the team. She's the super hacker girl. She's she's hacking into the system trying to disable the alarm so Christine can steal this vase that has been stolen from this family in World War II.
Oh, okay.
So they're trying to reacquire this priceless artifact for this family. And Cleo says that she needs Cleo, I need that alarm down now. And then you have the radio says, I need more time. He says, just because we're immortal doesn't mean we have all the time in the world.
Who's your artist on this one? Because there's a very strong Michael Turner influence.
Yeah, this is Mateus Duarte who's doing this the artist on this. He's a really young guy from Brazil, and he's really, really talented.
Yeah. When I say, Mike, that's stuff.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
And let's see here. Got to shrink it back down so I can change the page.
Yeah.
Then she snatches the vase before the alarm gets set. Before the alarm gets turned off, and this is the werewolf, JC. And he's like, what is that noise? What's that effing noise? And she's like, I don't hear anything. He's like, how could you not hear that? but he's a wolf. He's a werewolf, so he can hear really well. and then they give each other some back and forth play.
So they are working on the same team.
Yes, they're all on the same team together. And then this is him transferring into the werewolf form. He's like, I smell 6 guys. Do you want me to take care of them? And they're like, yep. And he's like, okay. And then turns into his werewolf and starts attacking the guards of the home that they're in. And they start. In comes the more guards, and it's a heist story. Is really what it is. The whole thing is a heist story. It's very the dialogue is it's kind of Marvel-esque, I suppose you would say. It's got a lot of jokes in it.
Looks really cool. I'm tweeting it out now because this is not launched yet. That's why I couldn't find it. It's in a pre-launch status.
Yeah, it's on the pre-launch page.
So when does this start?
On Halloween.
Funds? Ooh, perfect.
Started on Halloween, and we actually have a Halloween cover that will be available. Let me see if I can find it. That's it right there. This will only be available for 24 hours when the Kickstarter begins.
I just realized I have new buttons on my
on the layout buttons.
Yeah, they added one.
Pretty cool. Yep, they're pretty cool,
like
huh? And
this is Zenescope's quality.
Yeah, I mean we've got some fantastic artists on our team. We've got 3 teams of artists, and we're really hitting it hard. I mean, Atrocity Press isn't just it's not a vanity press. It's not just we're putting out books that I wrote. I mean, I do have say in a lot of the books because I run the company. I can tell you, it's like I don't want to do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
That won't go over
it's
well.
Good to be king.
Yeah, exactly. But in the thing, we've got Christine, which is the girl that came out of the water, and then you got Cleo, dressed as Cleopatra, and then Freya, who is our Norse witch, and she's just as a witch.
so your Cleopatra, that would be the analog to the Mummy.
Correct. That Cleopatra is the analog to the Mummy. Freya is the analog to the witch. Oh, see you later, Beat.
Good to have you here, man.
Bap 2.
And Mike, I'll definitely be popping over to say hi for a little bit there on your show. Look, that Pops is going live at 9. Everybody's going to go live at 9 Eastern time again. So
yeah, that's why you go an hour early.
This is just worked out to be the best time for me, is all it was. And you know what? If you try to stream when no one else is streaming, guess what? There is no such time.
Yeah, there's no such time. There's too many people and too much streaming going on.
Yeah,
everybody's got a show.
There's far more than 24 people in crowdfunded comics, and you just try to figure out. I won't go up against Bancroft because that would be an exercise in futility. Yep. And there's no point in trying not to go up against Ethan because you don't know when he's going to turn the computer on.
Yeah, exactly.
He just says, I haven't streamed in a while. Let's do something.
Yeah, I'm going to stream today. And he still gets like 2,000 viewers.
Exactly.
I'm like, damn, how does that guy get that many viewers? Someday. I subscribed to his channel when there was like 396 subscribers and he was doing art stuff. He was actually drawing pictures and stuff like that before he became Ethan Van Sciver,
the human Sunbeam Caesar.
Wearing all the crazy hats.
When it was Comics Artist Pro Secrets, the secrets are here's how you pull this effect off.
Exactly. Here's the cross hatching that we used in Cyberfrog. Here's the cross hatching that we used in Green Lantern.
Now, this must be really important because he's asking you here rather than just calling you up right after the show. Okay, what is your question for Max Niobe? Who is that would be Mary Machinegun.
Yeah, well,
at this particular moment.
The cutest MFer in comics would be that's Larry Higgins. He's super cute. So
He is super cute. Yes.
Mike Wheeler called him cute, and it never seemed to go away after that.
It stuck.
And Larry helps it by keeping it on a soundboard and playing it
yes.
every so often.
Oh, I had an arrival today, and I haven't flattened it out to take a picture of it yet. But yeah, you ever just do a regular eBay search like for months and years for a thing you used to have that you can't find anymore?
Yes.
I've been doing that too, and this week it paid off.
What do we get?
I have. Let's see if I can back away from the monitor here.
Oh, look at that.
That's a 1983 George Perez New Teen Titans print.
Yeah, New Teen Titans. I was going to say that's.
I used to have this in 1985.
And now you've got it back.
And now I've got it back. I found one on eBay. Like nobody had it forever, and then suddenly somebody had 6 of them. I'm like, well, yeah, I want one.
I want one. Yeah, I used to buy movie posters that were signed by the directors and stuff like that a long time ago. I had a whole collection of those. I ended up selling them.
I've got a friend who's got. He used to work in a theater when he was a teenager.
Awesome.
So he's got tons of them, and he was building light boxes for his favorite ones.
Yeah.
Little trade secret here for people who might not know this. We would sometimes give away movie posters for current things. The advertising people, like, go to them and say, hey, you got stuff we can put up on our site, and they give us movie posters. They're double-sided. The good posters are double-sided, and the back side is printed in reverse. And the reason for that is because it's on a light box.
Yep. For the light
if it's white, it washes out.
Yep.
But when it's double printed, it pops. That's why those colors are so bright and popping on those movie posters when they're lit up, because they got color from both sides.
Yep, I did know that. I did know that because I did order the posters that I ordered. They weren't just movie posters that you'd buy from the store. It was like, these are theater used posters with signed by the director.
Yes.
Because I didn't put them in light boxes, but that was kind of like the plan. It was eventually to build a couple light boxes for my theater room that I was going to build. I never got around to doing it because it's going to cost too much money.
Yeah, my LCS guy, he's got several movie posters hanging up in the area of the shop that's for sitting down on the big couch and watching the big screen, always movies playing. He has the Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie poster signed by the entire cast and crew, right down to Corman himself.
Wow.
He was a convention promoter before he opened a comic shop.
So okay.
He ran
so he knows all these
horror
people.
Conventions, and he met them. He still has people like that come in the shop.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I know the guys that do Planet Comic Con out here. They're pretty cool. That's in Kansas City. That was just recently. It used to be more about comics, but now it's kind of just like most conventions. It's just pop culture stuff.
Just like Wizard World.
Yep.
Yeah. I used to go to conventions and find the DC booth and the Marvel booth and the Archie booth. All of them were there. And now it's a flea market when you go now. Pretty much. Then a bunch of cosplayers walking around. Bunch of cosplayers, a bunch of knitters, some people selling Lego minifigures, and then everybody who's ever done a cover for Zenoscope has a table and prints that they're selling. And I bet you they sell plenty because Zenoscope art is always pretty good. Yeah. That's why I was especially the cover artists. That's why I was so happy when you said Zenoscope. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, it's definitely. I would put it side by side with any Zenoscope cover on the shelf today. So Halloween, folks, hit that one up. I put the link in the chat, but just follow Max on Twitter. Yep, you can follow me on Twitter at Mary Machinegun. You can follow me on Instagram at Mary Machinegun or at Atrocity Press.
The At Atrocity Press one is more for the entire business that covers all of our comics, and the At Mary Machine Gun is just strictly for Mary Machine Gun stuff. And then there's a Mary Machine Gun page on Facebook and an Atrocity Press group on Facebook that you can join.
So since this is your company, you run it all. Is there any possibility that your Human Hunters and your Mary Machine Gun casts are going to cross paths? Or are you keeping those separate?
It is a possibility. We're trying to determine how we would do it, and if it would just be like a one shot and not be canon, or if it would still be canon stories, or how we want to do it.
Well, you know who's got the right kind of power to make this happen, Max?
Who's that?
As a character, Niobe.
Yeah, she can teleport. Everyone keeps telling me that me and Larry, we need to do the crossover between Mary Machine Gun and Niobe, but Larry's busy working with the Antarctic Press right now, and I'm busy doing this stuff here. Maybe once the time works out, we can get it done. That would be it'd be awesome. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to do it.
It would be the crowdfunder to end all crowdfunders. It would make 1.5 times either one of your crowdfunds, and you'd make 75% of your normal crowdfunds each, because you're working together and making less individually. All right, Max, I'm going to wrap it up. Appreciate you coming on here tonight.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
It's a lot of fun talking with you guys. And I can't wait to see the next Mary Machine Gun, but I think we're going to probably be a while because you're going to do Human Hunters now.
We're doing Human Hunters for this month. It will be Human Hunters for Kickstarter, and then December we're not doing anything.
No, no one should.
I mean, no one's going to buy anything in December. It's Christmas time. January will be fulfillment for Human Hunters, and he said we'll do it someday. For Human Hunters.
So wait, January you're going to fulfill Human Hunters? How much of this thing's done?
The book is finished.
That's how you do it, folks.
Yep, book is finished. It's right here.
Take a high res picture, folks, and yeah, okay. Scan it slow. No, I'm kidding. No, you scan fast. They can capture it slow. Don't show the last page, but whoa, go back. Devil in a red dress. Yeah.
Yep. There's Cleo.
Yeah. Again, I'm going to say Zenoscope. Again, I'm going to say the Z word. So this is all cool stuff. Fully done book. Yeah. Don't give all the goodies away, Max.
No, I won't.
But we've seen enough to know that it's done.
Yep, the book is completed. The last thing we have to do is Alzir Alves from Rashundo Studio in Brazil is doing a cover for us, and as soon as that's colored, we're all done. We've got all of our covers will be completed, the book's completed, the pinups for all the nude pinups for the naughty cover is completed. We've got
you always got to have those.
Yep, and we've got the naughty cover on this one is amazing. It's got all 3 girls.
It's funny how that multiplies.
But yeah, it's completely done. It's ready to go as soon as the crowdfund ends, as soon as Kickstarter gives us the funds. We send everything off to get them printed, and I figure I'm going to wait until January because I don't want to fight the shipping in December where it can get lost or
plus
damaged.
Your shipping costs are higher in December right now.
Oh, yes, most definitely, yes.
They'll go back down from their temporary price hike in January. So,
and then I'll get the Human Hunters and Mary done in January, and then we're hoping by February we'll be crowdfunding Mary Machine Gun issue number 3.
Sounds good. All right, we will look for that then. Folks in the chat, if you're watching this on the replay, be sure hit the link below the video. Get out there and get Mary Machine Gun number 2 while you still have a few days left to do so.
Hit that like and subscribe button. Critical Blast deserves it.
Hit the subscribe button. You know, you don't have to, I'm not going to ask you to like me if you don't like me. I will ask you to share the video to get Max's work out there in front of more people.
Yeah.
So they can see this and decide for themselves. And
that's the thing is like everybody seems to we just have to get people to see it, and everyone's like, oh my God, this is fantastic, I love it.
Exactly.
It's like we seem to kind of hit a marketing wall. It's like we've only got so much reach that we can push out, and we need to find more ways to expand past that, and we're working on it. We've got plenty of things in the works right now. One will be pretty big if it comes out to actually happening. It'll be really impressive, and I'll definitely come back on your show and talk all about it.
Can't wait. Folks in the chat, thank you so much for showing up tonight. We don't have a show without you being here.
Nope.
And as always, we just hope that while you were here, you had a blast. Good night.